In this video, it'll do for a demo, so I don't want to take too much off. Better. Right then, the giveaway. It's new tool day, and do you like my new t-shirt? Tool lover. And for any other tool lovers out there, I've got one for a giveaway as well. That's to come later in the video. We'll also do the giveaway results from the last video. But first of all, hello sheddies, and you join me again in my shed. I thought I'd start by getting a fold-out workbench that I made. Slides away in this cupboard space and easy to pull out. Takes me about a minute to put it together. 2 pins to hold them in place when it's folded. Fold it out, put the pins back in, and then put the legs on. I made a bit of a frame, put some pivot points in there, and then just used a kitchen worktop, and it's worked really great. Couple of screws to hold it in place and some L brackets. Right, let's unbox my new tool and give it a bash. Quick interruption, I'm going to bring this video out in 2 parts because there's a lot more I want to do with this tool, and I didn't have time this weekend. Machine Mart reached out to me and said, do you want another tool to show your subscribers? And I said, of course I do. So I opted for the Clarke Woodworker benchtop router, or shaper router. Model number is CBTSR2, and the part number, if you want it, is 6462091. And as usual, Clarke tools are always packaged amazingly, great for in transit. For transparency, it's not a sponsored video, but they did send it to me. They've even screwed some wood under the underside of it for in transit. So in the main box, you get the router itself, you get a couple of other boxes. One has got the extenders for the table, and then the other box has got all the other parts you need, including the nuts and bolts in bags. But I tend to put them in a chocolate tin just so I can sort through them easier. As you can see, it's got the NVR on the front switch and the RPM adjustment dial. It's got inserts, varying inserts, we'll come on to them, and the depth knob as well. I think we've got attached to that. It's 102 decibels, and it comes with a 13 amp plug. Here's the instructions. Yeah, I'm going to have to read them. So I've unboxed it all, I'm going to build it up, I'm going to read the instructions. I know, what a shocker, because I've never used one of these before. I've used routers before, but not a router, well, benchtop router. I'll be back to you in a sec. So first of all, I'll start assembling it, and if you notice, I'm changed into my hoodie. 2 reasons: it's cold in the shed, and also it's got a ruler on the arm so I can measure the bolts to make sure I'm using the right ones. Here we go, look, near enough. And surprisingly enough, it is accurate, and I've watched it a few times as well. We'll go over all the components when I've built it, but just building the fence first of all, really easy to go together. It took me about 45 minutes in total. Well, let's just quickly go through the specs. Extraction diameter 100mm, weighs 20.9 kilos. It's rated IP20. The depth of the spindle, or the spindle height adjustment, is 0 to 40mm. Shank sizes 6mm, 8mm, 12mm, and 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. It's 1500 watts. The speeds are 11,500 RPM to 24,000 RPM. And here I am just removing the wood that was fixed to the bottom for transit. And this is an alignment tool for fixing the table extensions, one on both sides. Use my cordless screwdriver to fix everything in place. The table size 1030mm by 360mm. That's with the extension pieces, but the main body of it is die-cast alloy. And the table insert sizes are 32mm, 47mm, 55 and 75mm. And boom, there it is. Got me router bits out already. They're the 6mm ones. The only ones I've got, actually. I need to get some more. We'll try different bits of wood out. I've just put a bit of plywood on there for the minute. And there we go. There's my Heath Robinson way of doing the dust extraction. Water bottle taped up onto the vacuum. It'll do for a demo. I need to get a 100mm one at some point. Put the winder on as well for the depth. And I've screwed it into the deck. It's a bit high, really, but I'm going to make a little trolley for this at some point. It's just to try it out, really. I like it high, but probably not this high. So let's have a quick look at all the components. First of all, there's all the collets, the 6mm, the 8mm, and the 12mm. The 2 push blocks, so they've got like a serrated bottom for better grip. A couple of spanners to change the collets. The front-mounted kickback fence, which you can adjust inwards and outwards with those wing nuts. The 2 pressure boards mounted at the back, the feather edge ones that are adjustable up and down and in and out. The sliding mitre fence, and you get this like see-through dust guard that fixes on the top. But to put that on, you need to remove the downward pressure bar, which is that there. which is adjustable as well, of course. The aluminium fence, which can move left and right independently, and one of them can move backwards and forwards. Everything easily adjustable with those plastic knobs, but let's give it a bash. First, I'm going to put my Basecamp dust mask on. Brilliant bit of kit. I'll put the link and the discount code, WSH10, 10% off in the description below. Great bit of kit. Multi-use dust mask. They don't steam up your glasses. They're washable, and they come with extra filters. So there's the dust extraction guard that lifts up when the piece goes under it. But first of all, I'm going to take the whole piece off so I can take out the inserts and change the collet to the 6mm one. And as I say, this is day one using this benchtop router or shaper. So I'm bound to make a load of mistakes, but I'm going to get some more practice in after this video because I'm going to have a lot of projects that are coming up for this. So take the collet out with the 2 spanners provided, put the 6mm one in, then put that bit in. It's curved with a bearing on top, but I won't be using the bearing because it will be behind the fence slightly. So elevate it down after changing the collet, put the inserts back in and bring it to the right height just so I can take a nip off this piece of wood. It's my first go, so I don't want to take too much off. Adjust the fence, then get my ruler against it, bearing so it's just behind the fence. I've already got the vacuum on. Let's turn the benchtop router on. And then adjust the RPM with the dial.
Jeez. Put it about midway.
Yeah, I forgot to take my gloves off, but I did put my glasses on, got my dust mask on, and it also advised ear defenders. Notice that I'm not using the kickback fence, and at this point it was getting a little bit sticky actually. I think it was the featherboard. Yeah, I think that see-through guard is more for the bigger pieces.
First attempt.
Right, let's try it with the kickback fence, get the setting right. I've took the dust guard off, as you can see.
Better.
I'm using the pushers because I'm conscious not to put my hand in front of the cutter.
What I'm going to do is to lift them up a bit.
Yeah, I lifted those featherboards up slightly just to give it a bit more clearance. Lifted it up and then dropped it in position. Much better at sliding through at this point. Hands still in front of that cutter though. And then lifted it up slightly for a bigger cut or shape. And there it is. Right, I think what I'll do now is take the fence off completely and try it without. I noticed all the dust because I forgot to turn the vacuum back on. So I adjusted the height again, and then I'm just trying it out with a piece of plywood. The bearing is touching the top of the wood, and if you notice, I've come in a little bit further back from the corner. Don't want to start off on a corner. And it's really a pleasure to use. It's so satisfying doing it like this. And also, I've mentioned it before, but Machine Mart have got an amazing app. If you go onto the link below, have a look on there. Even if you're comparing prices, I'm sure you'll find some great deals on there. And the service levels are fantastic as well. I've never been let down by Machine Mart and the Clarke tools, but they also do other brands of tool on there as well. So go and have a look. So there we go. I've gone around the corners as well. Bit of loose edges to tidy up, but no big deal. Right, let's try another piece of wood. And it's actually 2 pieces of CLS that I've glued together. Not ideal, because when it gets to the join, then it's going to affect the curve, of course. But I came in away from the corner, as you can see. But as I say, I've still got to do loads more practice on this. I'm just showing you day one stuff. And as I always say, don't do as I do. Do what's good for you. Always read the instructions and get experts' advice. I'm certainly not an expert. And of course, the quality of cut is down to the quality of the bits themselves. These old ones that I've got aren't the best, but I want to invest in some more. And I took it the other way, so I'm not going the wrong way on the cuts, if that makes sense, just to go around the other corner. And as you can see the join line. Not the best way of doing it, but it's just a trial. Then onto a piece of oak, and I'm really impressed with this. I suppose I could have done it a little bit at a time, but no, I went straight in, full depth cut. On the end grain as well. There we go, look at the detail on that. That would look beautiful, sanded up with a finish on there. So first impressions of the Clarke benchtop router, really happy with it. I can see loads of potential projects coming up. I need to put some more practice into it, but all in all, great piece of kit.
Right then, the giveaway, the t-shirt, tool lover with the Sheddies logo. And of course the sticker, it's XL as well, by the way. If you want to enter, some of you are thinking, I'm not wearing that. But if you do, just put I'm in the comments below. Put I'm in on its own or any other comments you like after it. Thoughts, opinions, tools you're buying, that sort of thing. and I'll pick it at random in another video. I never announce it in the comments. I always announce it in another video, the winner. And as I said, this router, I'm going to go into more detail on it. I wanted to get this video out, and I didn't get time to do as much as I wanted to do with it and a lot more practice. So another video to come very soon, plus a load of other videos. Right, let's do the giveaway results for the last video.
And this is for the Parkside lunchbox. So scrolling up and down the screen without looking at it until my finger lands on somebody. And this time it is Gamer Dad's Haven. Send me an email. It's in the description below. Well done.
Bit of a short video, some longer ones coming up. Just wanted to get the day one video out so I can keep the momentum going. As I always say, I'm not an expert. These are just things to get up to in my shed at the weekend. I know I've got loads of things wrong using this table, but the next video, hopefully, will be better. Put a link on the screen now to all of the tool reviews, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, take care, and remember, keep calm and head to the shed. Cheers!
See you next time on Weekend Shedhead.